Hangout talking Posse-gate. This is the quote from Phil Jackson as he was talking about LeBron James and his time in Miami and the relationship with Pat Riley. The quote goes, "You can't hold up the whole team because you and your mom and your posse want to spend an extra night in Cleveland." Apparently that's what LeBron wanted to do. And LeBron fires back at Mr. Jackson. Sorry, Mr. Jackson, with his own quote saying, "It's not what I stand for, it's not what my family stands for, and I believe the only reason he used that word is because it's young African Americans trying to make a difference." Phil, get on your soapbox, Tricks.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Hey, you know what it is? You know what it is? Listen, man, I don't think Phil Jackson said anything wrong. Okay, he's not racist. He's old. Okay, he's old. He is an old white man, and old white men are going to have opinions. And I don't think he said anything that was like, "Oh, he's a racist guy." We all know Phil Jackson's not racist. Okay, and I agree. You can't hold up a team with your mom and your posse. He's right.
LeBron also denies that he did that, but
he did.
Okay, all right.
Well, you talk about being old. Though. Look at what Stan Van Gundy said, and Stan Van Gundy came out and said, "Yeah, I've used that in the past, but
he's a racist."
But
that guy's a racist.
Oh my God!
That guy's a racist for no reason. Do not compare Phil Jackson to Stan Van Gundy.
Stan Van Gundy actually stood up to Donald Trump. Come on, man.
Stan Van Gundy's racist against white people. He's racist everywhere.
All right. He's obviously working on material for his next stand-up.
Oh, he's racist.
But Van Gundy came out and he said, "I've used the term before, and looking back on it now, yeah, I shouldn't have." And all that he can do if he's in a position of Van Gundy's or Phil Jackson's is learn from it and listen to what other people are feeling when they hear that. So, I mean, if you're an old white guy, that's your responsibility is to listen.
See, Phil Jackson, he's not. I agree with you. He's not a racist.
Right.
He doesn't see color. The only thing he sees is triangle offense. That's the only thing that he sees.
He's still trying to run that.
That's the only thing he sees. I think what Phil is more annoyed of is that the fact that you're asking to stay. That's unheard of during his time. That's unheard of when he coached Jordan.
Right.
It's unheard of when he coached Kobe.
I don't know. A lot of the things that Jordan probably asked for got, done. No one knows about it.
I agree with you.
Like Phil, that's unheard of to him. So for him, the culture changes, obviously.
Okay, so, Trix, we know where you stand. I know you feel a little bit uncomfortable when you ask this, but do you think there was anything racist about what Phil Jackson said? For you personally.
Why are you asking a white guy?
I haven't heard the word posse
I want him to
since
be
I was a
uncomfortable
juggalo,
on the show.
Look at the white guy. Look at his face.
Give me your honest opinion. Yes or no?
Why you
when you heard that, was it like...
I mean, it goes back to you. It's not to the person doing the offending to decide whether it's offensive or not.
bro.
But I think one thing that it does, whether he meant it racist or not, is it takes away some of the power of what LeBron and his group of business associates have been able to do.
You were going to say posse. You were going to say posse.
No, that's a great point.
Maverick Carter negotiated this $1 billion Nike deal for LeBron. Rich Paul is one of the most powerful agents in sports, and whether or not they got their start because of their friendship with LeBron, they have done that work, and they've accomplished those things, and LeBron especially has used his platform and his financial power for a lot of philanthropy and to do a lot of good, and he's doing it a lot now with the CBA as well.
So do you guys...
It's a good field goal. That's a good field goal.
Field goal is good.
But that covers everything, though.
Okay. Right now. So now you guys were once saying that you don't feel that Phil's statement was racist, but do you identify with what LeBron felt after that impassioned plea right there? Do you identify with how LeBron felt about the word, though?
I can see how LeBron could take offense. I could see it, right? I just think that we need to stop getting too sensitive as black people. Mm-hmm. Not everything is we shouldn't take everything so personal. Now, granted, I understand where LeBron's coming from, but I think people are blowing it way out of proportion. I just think Phil Jackson was just upset, or he was just speaking like if you were to say, if I was to ask you something about something that you felt was outlandish, and you react. Mm-hmm. And I think Phil Jackson was just reacting. I don't think it was a situation where he wanted to be racist. I don't think he was targeting African Americans. I think he just said it. And if you know Phil Jackson, he's a straight shooter.
Yep.
You ask Jordan,
I know him
they've all
personally.
said that. Even Carmelo said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Carmelo was actually upset that he chose to make that statement, and Carmelo came out and said that Phil was actually locked in his office, regretting the decision completely. But can I throw something out here? How much of this do you feel has to do with the hypersensitivity around race in the United States of America coming off the heels of this past election and the hyperbole and the verbiage that was used? How much do you think of it as just people in a position, and I guess I'll let Trix answer
Well, you
this one.
shouldn't have elected Hitler to be your president.
Wow.
I get it. I get it. It's a very
Oh,
touchy
my
time in
goodness.
America. America's not a great place right now. I understand that, and it's super touchy right now. But we as black people, we need to stop with the sensitivity of taking everything so personal. I'm not saying that they don't have a right to be upset. Okay, I'm not saying that. I get where LeBron is where he's coming from again, but I just don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's being taken way out of context. That's just my opinion.
All right, soapbox tea.
I can't wait for the DMs that I'm going to get from Black Lives Matter going, you don't care? Stop that. Stop that foolishness.
Okay, all
Not
right.
video games for drama. I don't need this.
Tell me how you really feel, though.
There's way more serious issues than this.
Word,
Okay?
word.
You
Okay.
think that's bad? You're mad because a white guy said posse? Wait till January hits. And we'll see how bad everyone's crying then.
Yo, Trix, I
You know
miss
what I
you
mean?
so much. Move
Where's,
back to
where's the
Toronto.
posse? You're going to need a posse walking streets in January. That's what you're worried about, America?
And with that said, that wraps up segment 3 of Canada's Home for Talking Politics, apparently.
Wait till Trump's posse.
This is Hangout. It's time for Sweets and Sour Player of the Week. Check this out. Kev Love, kick out. There's the triple, but watch this rebounding attempt by the Hornets. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? Man down. Watch this replay. Watch this. Are we getting it? Look at this. Ineptitude. What is this? Kid Gilchrist. What are you doing? We'll be back with more on Hangout.